Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Bree, also known as Honey Bree if you follow me over on Instagram. And on this channel, I like to talk about all things lifestyle and motherhood. So if you like that type of content, please be sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a video from me. Today's video is going to be dedicated to pregnancy bulking. What is it? How to do it? Why should you do it? All the good stuff. So if you're interested in learning more about that, stick around. Just to give you guys a little background about myself, I am currently 31 weeks pregnant with my second baby. This pregnancy, I have focused more on incorporating more weight training than I did with my last, and I definitely have seen a lot of differences just in terms of like how I feel and how I feel about my body and stuff like that, which I'll jump into some of these things later on in the video. I wasn't introduced to this idea of pregnancy bulking until I think I came across like a TikTok video or something like that, and then once I started like looking into it more, there's actually not a lot of information about it, but there's a lot of information about bulking and there's a lot of information about exercise and pregnancy. So I'll put the two together, and with the permission of my doctor, because that is the most important thing for you to get first and foremost when you are pregnant, is permission from your healthcare provider, whether that be the doctor, the midwife, whoever is overseeing your pregnancy, just in case you have any contraindications against exercising when you are pregnant. Make sure you get that permission, talk to your doctor, and I have made sure to do it throughout my pregnancy. It wasn't just like a one and done question type of thing. I highly suggest you do the same just so you don't run into any problems throughout this journey. Before we jump into the specifics of pregnancy bulking, I first want to go over why weight training in general when you're pregnant is a great idea. You can find this information just about anywhere you look. When you look up weight training as exercise during pregnancy, you'll see things like it'll help strengthen your core and your back muscles and alleviate some of the aches and pains that come along with pregnancy. The larger you get, the more your center of gravity changes, your body is changing because you got different hormones and all kinds of stuff on the inside changing. And this is something I've definitely noticed, because before I started weight training, after the first trimester, I had already started to develop some hip pains. I thought sciatica pains, honestly, but I didn't get it checked out directly by anybody, and really the only thing that my doctor told me to alleviate that is just stretching and rest. She gave me a belly belt, which did something, but not everything I needed it to for the pain that I was experiencing. I would say after the first week of weight training and continuing to weight train 3 times a week consistently, I definitely noticed a decrease in my hip pains, which is amazing. I still have some like soreness, but it's not pain anymore. This is one of the reasons why so many people are finding that weight training when you are pregnant is so beneficial. Those who weight train during pregnancy may also see a boost in mood, because when you work out and you lift weights, you release these hormones called endorphins, which make you feel good and they make your body feel good. It can actually help ward off mood swings that also happen during pregnancy, because again, your body is just going through so many changes. You get floods of hormones throughout your journey. Another reason why you might want to weight train is because it can help increase your stamina for labor and delivery. And let me tell y'all right now, my first labor was 31 hours. So when I heard this one, I was like, oh yeah, sign me up. I'll go for it. Let's do it. Yeah, 31 hours was my first labor, and I believe that I've heard this more than once, that your first labor tends to be your longest. So if there's any chance of a decrease for first-time moms, and even for moms of multiples, I would definitely say that this is such a benefit. I have yet to experience my second labor and delivery to compare to my first, so as of now I cannot speak on whether or not that is true, but I am definitely excited to see. Labor is not something I'm scared of in the first place, even though I did have a very long excruciating labor, but if there was a chance that I could possibly get this baby out of me quicker than 31 hours, I'm here for it. And I will also mention that weight training during pregnancy could also decrease your chance of gestational diabetes, which is very prominent in pregnant women. This is a type of diabetes that is developed specifically during pregnancy, where your body isn't processing the hormones, I believe it's insulin, the way it would without being pregnant, and it can actually cause pregnancy complications as well as birth complications and different kinds of things. So this is definitely something that we want to avoid if at all possible. Just to give you guys a little backstory on me, I had no issues with my first pregnancy, but with this pregnancy, when I first found out, I was probably like 6 weeks or something like that, and because I was deemed overweight at the beginning of this pregnancy, they went ahead and put me in for a 1-hour gestational diabetes test, and I actually failed it. Kind of shocked, to be honest, but from what I'm understanding, it's actually not that uncommon to fail it in their first trimester, because your body is very insulin resistant as it is acclimating to the environments necessary necessary for pregnancy. But anyway, I took that test, I failed it. I had to take my own glucose readings for 2 weeks straight, 4 times a day, an hour after each meal and 1 time in the morning as a baseline reading when I was fasted. And I did not have diabetes, luckily, with those readings, but I had a small concern when it came around to the 28-week gestational diabetes test. That one is generic across the board. Everybody is recommended to take it. You're not required to take it by any means, but it is important to know, so I definitely recommend that you take it. Anyway, I had some concern with that 28-week test just because I had previously failed the 1-hour glucose test. I went into that test thinking that I would do better because I actually had the time and the energy to start weight training again like I did prior to my pregnancy, and I passed it. Anecdotally, I would say that weight training helped me to overcome the chance of gestational diabetes during this pregnancy, and that is another motivation for me personally as to why I am choosing to weight train. Now, getting into the specifics of pregnancy bulking. So what is a bulk? A bulk is a period of time usually used by bodybuilders where they consume a lot of extra calories on top of their baseline calories per day, and this is a time where strength and personal records or PRs are achieved. The more food that you are eating, the more energy your body tends to have, and the better timing you give your body to build up muscle and strength. When I started weight training, again, I think I was like around 20 weeks. I've been keeping track of how my progress has been in the gym, and I can definitely tell you that I am in a bulking phase because every week I challenge myself to lift just a little bit more weight. Very gradual, very slowly. I am achieving more weight than I was at the beginning of this gym journey, I guess. That is something that is just so cool to see because I feel strong. I feel like I have the energy to do this kind of stuff. So why bulk specifically during your pregnancy? In a way, we're kind of already in a bulking phase. So when we're pregnant, our metabolism is naturally going to change because we're going to require more energy and therefore more calories in our food to be able to support our bodies to acclimate to pregnancy, to grow a new human, and it takes a lot to do that. So you're already kind of in a caloric surplus of eating more food than you would normally, and also weight gain during pregnancy is so vital to the health of you and your baby. It's like you have to do it anyway, right? So if we incorporate weight training and the foods and stuff that we're already eating, we have the chance to put on more muscle mass. We have the chance to build up our strength. Two very important things, I would say, for when we are moms. Muscle mass, not so much. I mean, that one's not like a priority, but definitely strength, because that baby's gonna grow and get big. I know, because my toddler is about to be 20 months old and he is getting big. I definitely am glad that I can lift him up still, even being 31 weeks pregnant. During pregnancy, you're gonna naturally gain more weight. Per body type and per lifestyle, depends on how much weight you will gain in your pregnancy. Nobody can tell you exactly. I know I was surprised by how much weight I gained in my first pregnancy, and I did not expect that, but every body is different. Every body is going to require a different amount of calories per day. Some days I'm hungrier, some days I'm not. It really depends on you when it comes to that kind of thing. Overall, you're going to gain some weight, if not a lot of weight, when you're pregnant. I gained a lot of weight and I have no shame in that. Pregnancy is the most natural time to embrace weight gain, so enjoy yourself, mama. Enjoy the beautiful life you are creating and you're growing inside of you, and do what you can to take care of yourself while you do that. Exercising regularly, specifically weight training, is a perfect way to do that. Okay, so say you went throughout your entire pregnancy, you weight trained, you ate, you gained weight, you did all the good things, you did all the healthy things to get you to that point of labor and delivery, and you have your baby. What now? Ideally, you have more muscle mass on you than you did prior to pregnancy, if not the same amount, which is an amazing feat, mamas, I will tell you, because there are so many days where I don't want to do anything, and I know that the pregnancy exhaustion can be super overwhelming. Now that you are done being pregnant, your body has the chance to re-regulate itself back to pre-pregnancy you, which means that your hormones and stuff like that will start to level out again, and now that you have all this muscle mass on you, you will actually burn more calories. Depending on whether or not you are going to be breastfeeding or not will also depend on your caloric requirements. Usually when you are breastfeeding, you're going to burn more calories, and then if you don't breastfeed, then your body's going to not require that many calories because it's not going to need to create that extra milk and use that extra energy. But if you didn't know this already, know that muscle burns more calories at rest than fat. So according to Dr. Tim Church, who is a preventative medicine professor at LSU in Baton Rouge, 1 pound of muscle can burn around 6 calories per day at rest, whereas 1 pound of fat will only burn about 2 calories per day at rest. The more muscle mass you have on you, the more energy your body is going to use to maintain that muscle, but also build it if you do continue to weight train after your baby is born. I was very comfortable after my first pregnancy. In no way, shape, or form did I feel like I was unhealthy in any way due to the weight gain that I had in my first pregnancy. Being somebody who struggled with body image issues as well as disordered eating previously, I wasn't in any kind of rush to lose the weight, so I wasn't necessarily working out consistently. I wasn't trying to change up my diet to try to lose this weight. But this go around, I think I want to do things a little bit differently because I do believe this will be my last pregnancy. I have been through 1 pregnancy already and 1 postpartum journey already, and I feel like I've made that decision in a healthy environment and a healthy mindset. So yeah, I am excited about this postpartum journey, and I'm excited to see how my body changes, if it changes, to see how this pregnancy bulk experience has gone for me. Okay, so I've talked about why weight training could be beneficial to you during pregnancy. I've talked about what is a bulk, what is a pregnancy bulk, how does that work? And now you're probably wondering, okay, I've heard all this information and it sounds great. Where do I start? Highly, highly, highly recommend that you talk to your healthcare professional first and foremost. For everybody, it doesn't matter, because all we want to do at the end of the day is have a healthy pregnancy, right? Upon getting permission from your doctor, if you were not previously weight training before you got pregnant, I definitely recommend that you seek out a fitness professional, whether that be a personal trainer or a strength and conditioning coach, somebody at your local gym. I'd say it's a bonus if they are pre or postnatally certified and educated as well, so that way they can direct you in the best possible way. The last thing you want to do is get injured from exercise. And if you were previously weight training and you do have permission from your healthcare provider, I just recommend that you continue doing what you're doing. Keep up your routine as best as you can as your body is changing and is growing this new beautiful life. So when it comes to me, how I am doing my pregnancy bulk, I am currently working out 3 times a week. I have an upper body push day, upper body pull day, and a leg day. When I feel good, like I am capable and I have the energy, I am constantly pushing the weight in a safe manner and a slow manner. My goal is to be as strong as I possibly can be at the end of this pregnancy and to have gained as much muscle mass as I possibly could have, so that way at the end of this pregnancy and after labor and delivery in postpartum, I'm hanging on to as much muscle mass as I possibly could, and I am preparing myself for the postpartum journey that I hope to have. When it comes to eating, I am probably more on a 60-40 good to bad ratio when it comes to eating, just because my cravings are intense and I no longer operate on the thinking that I have to restrict myself, especially when I'm pregnant. Honestly, at the end of the day, that never served me any kind of good. But when I do eat my 60, it is, you know, whole foods, vegetables, lots of fruits. I love fruits and lean meats. I don't really like fish. My meats tend to be like beef and chicken and some steak, trying to keep that as clean as possible. And then also, in addition to a balanced diet, I cannot recommend this enough. Stay hydrated, mama. It is so important to stay hydrated. Sometimes I'm not feeling water either, so I'll drink things like a Gatorade or juice. You can get hydrated on more than just water, especially when you're pregnant. So just make sure that you are staying on top of your fluids as well. And for my goals personally, when it comes to postpartum, I would like to continue to work out 3 times a week. I don't see myself being able to go to the gym for a while, just because I'll have a newborn to look after and I do plan on breastfeeding. So we'll see how that goes when it comes to that time. But I do plan on doing at least 3 times a week weight training at the house and maintain the body composition that I am trying my hardest to develop during this pregnancy. Alright y'all, that is going to wrap it up for this video. I really hope that you learned something, or maybe I even inspired you to do a pregnancy bulk for yourself. The idea of pregnancy bulking is still brand new to me. The more I found out about it and the more connections I made for myself, the more I wanted to share with you guys, just to inspire you to possibly do it for yourself. Maybe it's something that you've considered and you weren't sure how to go about it. Whatever the case may be and whatever you choose to decide, I hope that you have the healthiest, safest pregnancy you could possibly have. Do what's best for you, do what's best for your body, and do what's best for your baby. And with that said, I really appreciate you guys for watching this video. If you did learn something, please let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear about it. And if you are doing a pregnancy bulk, what are you doing? Is it any different than what I'm doing now? Have you done it before? Are you currently doing it? Is this something that you heard about prior to this video? If you like this type of content, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up, give it a like, because it really supports my channel. And please don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a video from me, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.